Gates Adams here on behalf of Apex Trader Funding. I am here with Preston, who is one of our Canadian traders from outside of Calgary. Preston, great to have you here today. I appreciate your time. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your success with Apex Trader Funding. You're kind of at that point where everyone strives to be. Everybody's goal in funding, of course, is to get paid out. And so I appreciate you taking the time to share your experiences with us here today and just give us an idea of what it took for you to get here and hopefully help some new traders along the way. So first of all, let's kind of get a little bit of a baseline here. How long have you been trading?
I've been trading now for about 3 years.
Okay.
I primarily focus on two markets, primarily trading futures on the ES and on the NASDAQ.
Okay. Did you start off with futures or did you explore other instruments in the beginning?
When I first started trading, I was just trading some stocks, but I found that I didn't have enough capital to really make any real money trading stocks. I needed to have, a lot of capital, and so I was making a little bit of money, but not very much. So when I moved into futures, you had to have a lot less capital, and there's a lot more opportunity then for growth.
Awesome. Now, do you typically just use one main strategy or do you have multiple strategies that you work with?
I have multiple strategies that I work with depending on which market. So I have some strategies that work well on the ES, and I have strategies that work better on the NQ.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, let's talk about funding in itself. How long have you actually been trading with Apex Trader Funding?
About a little over a year now. I think I got my first evaluation account January, I believe, last year.
Right. So right at a year. That's awesome. Now, how did you hear about Apex?
So I have a trading group that I'm trading with here, and one of them was looking for alternatives, continually burning through cash accounts, and came across Apex, and there are a couple other ones that we were looking at, but Apex was one that was, very reputable. It looked like it was kind of leading in the industry. Mm-hmm. So, I looked into it, and I really liked the options that they had. And so decided to open up and try an evaluation account, and it has really improved my trading over the last year.
Cool. Now, how has it actually improved your trading? Let's explore that for a second.
Okay, so for me, trading is about 80% mental and 20% technical. Mm-hmm. So when you're trading, it's really difficult to not focus on the money. Mm-hmm. So when you're continually burning through accounts, your anxiety levels go up. You're losing money, basically left, right, and center. With Apex, it was you're still paying money, of course, for an evaluation account, but it relieved the ease of, oh no, I lost $1,500 today.
Sure.
Where with Apex, it's, I don't want to say it's not your money because it's still technically money,
right?
But it kind of relieved the pressure, and so it allowed me to move past that sort of mental block of my cash.
Right. Now, when you first explored the option of funding, you and so I guess one of the guys in your group, what was the initial thought on just the idea of funding in the first place? Did you have any skepticism, or had you just seen or heard enough already to where you kind of had an idea that these guys were legit?
Well, it was someone that I trusted.
Okay.
I'd known him and been trading with him for quite a few years, and so when he told me about Apex, and like I said, there was a couple other ones that he's like, you should look into them as well. But Apex just it was a good fit for me. It was offering the things that kind of fit my where I wanted to go. There were safeties in place through Apex that could help me prevent over trading by setting daily limits and things like that. So it really helped with my trading.
So you mentioned that before, that of course it helped with the psychological aspects of trading, but have you found that some of the rules within the concept or within the scope of funding, has that helped some of the mechanics of your trading?
I wouldn't I wouldn't say yes, because the technical side is something that was separate. The biggest mental thing for me was the funding. And
Okay,
so going to Apex and having them fund me relieved some stress and anxiety when it came to that.
sure.
So that's why I say that Apex has helped me with my trading, not on the technical side, but on the mental side, because I'm a firm believer that trading is 80% mental and 20% technical. And if you can get over that 80%, your trading is going to improve exponentially.
Well, and I mean, I guess this would definitely fall more under the mental side of it, but I mean, we've had conversations before about how kind of protects you from yourself in a sense that,
Yeah.
if you have a bad run and you blow an account, you're kind of forced to stop some of the
Yeah.
things that you should have learned to do as a new trader in the first place, but a lot of times people forget to do
Yeah.
when they're in the heat of things. So but I absolutely can see that's definitely going to fall more under the mental side of it anyway.
Yeah.
Have you had an opportunity to engage with customer support?
I have. I've had when I've had questions, mainly because I really haven't had any real technical issues with
Sure.
Apex.
Nice.
They've been really really good.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, just mainly questions, about, how does this work, or I can't find this. Can you, show, send me a link to where some things are, and so they're quick to respond. They're quick to, help out. They've always been, courteous and helpful.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Well, taking everything else aside, if you're face to face with a new trader who's looking at going down this road and develop their opportunity trading through funding, what kind of advice would you give someone just starting off down this road?
Um, I definitely recommend them to go to Apex to start. Especially starting off with evaluation accounts, starting out on sim, getting their technicals down pat so that they can, have a good trading experience.
Right.
I starting out, for me, I started out on cash accounts,
Mhm.
right off the bat. And like I said, I would fund the account and then within the week burn it. And so I'd have to fund it again and then burn it and then fund, right. And it was just a repetitive cycle. And when I went to Apex, that kind of all changed.
Yeah,
Now, don't get me wrong, I've still burnt evaluation accounts,
sure.
but my trading has become profitable, where
That's
previously before Apex it was not profitable.
Well, that's the key. And really, like I mentioned as we got started here, that's where everybody's trying to get to. Everybody wants to
Yep.
be profitable. Everybody wants to be paid out. And that's the ultimate goal. And glad to see that you're there. And we want to see you keep coming back over and over and over again. So we're going to continue to do some of these interviews. We've already had an opportunity to do a couple of follow-up interviews, after someone's had multiple payouts, and we definitely want to have an opportunity to have some of those conversations with you here in short order, if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I sure appreciate your time today. These have been a lot of fun, and I hope just have a great impact on new traders who are coming in and trying to get to where you are. And it's great to have that kind of leadership and that kind of example that we can show them. So we definitely appreciate the time and look forward to getting a chance to chat with you again soon.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate your time too, Gates.
You got it. Thanks, Preston.